Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the February 28th, the fantastic February 28th, the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, well, we've got you covered there to let those fingers do the walking. That's right. You can send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question, and in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got all the markets with the exception of the semis trading down. Semis are up 24 points, about 1.5%. To the upside, Dow's off 425, S&P down 32, NASDAQ 100 up 8, Russell's down 19. Spot volatility up 14% right now. Gold off $60, getting getting that stuff kicked out of it. But we'll go take a look and figure out where support is. Silver's down $1.12. Light sweet crude off a couple of bucks. Natural gas down a nickel. Leading the charge dollar-wise. To the upside, you've got Booking Holdings up 45, the Trade Desk 30, Shopify 18, NVIDIA up 14. To the downside, it's Aberdeen Standard. They're down $31, 11%. Tesla's off 24, 3.5%. Amazon 11, 0.6%. So plenty to look at. Of course, we want to look at what you want to look at. So what do you want to look at? I know what you want to look at. You want to know, is there anything to a counter-trend rally or what needs to happen in the marketplace out there? So let's go take, there you go. Well, we do have call-ahead seating. M inside the Tiger's Den said gold. So let's go take a look at gold. If we take a look at Goldilocks out here, what do we know? Well, first of all, let's go take a look at gold, see how it's trading in all the major currencies out here, see if everybody's a seller. And voila, they are. So we know that we've got the sellers out there. Now you're taking a look at gold expressed in U.S. dollars, euros, yen, pounds. So you like to see it moving in the same direction in all currency. That way everybody is on the same page out there. Now, let's go take a look at gold because it has given us so many different topping signals out here. Let's take a look at the most, whoops, that's the wrong one. I need to grab the right chart. So to grab the right chart, Stevie has to go to the right set of worksheets out there. I thought I had, but no, I have not. There we go. So now this will be popping it up. And as you know, gold generated, I believe it was Rhodes momentum indicator top not too long ago, several sessions ago. Let's pull that over here. We'll be able to see that that is, as well as a TD9 count. So this gold gave us really two patterns out here. You got that TD9 count top. In this case here, the high was made after bar 9. Remember, that can occur on bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. Here we had the bar following 9. And you get that nice little bear sash candle the following day. Well, that confirms not just the 9 count, it also confirmed that Rhodes momentum indicator top. Now what we've seen is gold is just simply pulled back in, and it's testing support. Need full screen. Mr. Bill, I'm giving you my full screen. The guys in production department, come on. You got to get that full screen out there. Grab this from Skype, please. Let me see. What else can I do here to maybe so, Bill, let me try to fake out the system. This would be a really slow show if this is what I've got to do out here. So tell me, I know you're just saying, and so tell me if you can you see the white background chart if I just do it like this? I don't know where the full screen effect is. So, Bill, just to, in any event, here, let me just explain to you what can now see the right side. That's better. Okay. Well, this is going to be a bummer if this is what we've got to do. But so Maria M. What gold is doing and pulling back right now, it's testing support. It's testing the bottom of its daily profile out here, which is about 1579. Below that, you're looking at 1564. That's its breakout support out there. And then below that, you're looking at 1551 and then 1507. So at this stage here, what sellers have done, so they've given us the sell signal. They've given us those two topping patterns. And really the only responsibility at that stage of sellers is to push price down to support. We don't know whether they'll be able to break support. In this case here, we have a few levels of support. But really the keys that you're watching are the bottom of that profile, about 1580, below that 1564. And I'd say because there's another breakout level at 1551, really 1551 would be the key area out here. So really the market just behaving the way that it's supposed to behave out here. So now I've got to really scrunch this down. Boy, this will really slow things up. Holy Toledo. Give me a moment out here. Let's go take a look at the equity markets. Let me just move on to, you're welcome, man. Let's just go take a look at the equity markets. And really what I want you to be focused on, those of you especially that are intraday, but even if you're not intraday, you want to understand what the markets are doing, right? In these nice substantial, significant rallies that we've had. So I had posted inside the Tiger's Den some different levels. Let me start with the ES Mini out here. And let me hope that, well, let me just do this here. Mr. Bill, any chance you can see the right side of my screen? Anything out here, you would be seeing 29.35. You'd be seeing the price levels on the very right-hand side. Hopefully you can. At a minimum, what I want you to be too large. Wow, this is a bummer. Okay. Charts. My charts are being shown. So no screen displayed. My apology. This is the guys in the production room are trying to get this figured out or worked out here. Hopefully you can see what we've got. But here's what I want to do, because just you can write the numbers down on a pad of paper. That would be helpful. And that is 2972. So when we take a look at this chart here, this is, by the way, this is just a 30-minute time frame chart for the ES Mini. And all I'm showing you right now are the resistance lines. So you say, now it is here. Tucker, I'm going to expand this. You tell me if it's still here out there, if you can see the whole thing. If you can, that'd be a beautiful thing. Now, 2972 is the key level of resistance. These resistance levels, these are not something that Stevie's written in here. These are just simply coming in from our TD9 counts. And what's really helpful, and the reason why 2972 is important, although I wasn't with you yesterday afternoon, each of you saw that very nice rally. In the case of the ES Mini, was 90 points. Now, when you saw that 90-point rally, why did price stop where it did? That's at 30.95.50 level. That was its resistance area. So now you know why 2972 is so important. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we should have our technical difficulties all resolved now. So you're looking at that ES Mini. We were taking a look at that as we're going into the breakout here, and you can see it's resistance levels, and it's key. And yesterday was really proof positive. So don't get too caught up into the size of the bounces out here. The question is, does any bounce get above resistance? If not, you know where the sellers are hanging out. And so in the ES Mini, it's a 29.72. Now we're going to combine the 30-minute time frame chart with the 5-hour time frame chart. Just give me a second here to resize this one down, and I'll pull up the 5-hour time frame chart. And when you take a look at this, to me, it would be self-evident if price closes above that resistance level on the 30-minute chart. That tells us that, okay, there's more counter trend rally or potential change in trend. Now it's a short-term time frame chart, right? So we're going to go from 30 to 300. We'll multiply times 10. We get to the 5-hour time frame chart. And what you'll notice on here is Stevie's red line, green red line, the oscillator and change line here is really acted as a key level of resistance. So not only does price need to close above the level we looked at on the 30-minute time frame chart, it also needs to close above Stevie's red line. Currently, that's priced at about 29.69. That's going to go up or down out here, and we knew that we were, 29.72, I believe, something like that. So that 29.72 figure is really, really key out here. If price can close above that, well, then if it can close above both of those levels out here, which it hasn't been able to do, in the case here, we're taking a look at Stevie's red line, the 5-hour time frame chart, and that's why that is such a critical area to be watching. Now, what I'm going to do is put up the NQ, and let's take a look at its 5-hour time frame, and then we'll go down to the 30-minute so that you can see this. We'll do the same thing for the Dow, and we'll do the something similar for the Russell 2000 as well. Now, you can see that on the 5-hour time frame here for the NQ, it's sitting down in wave number 7. That's letter G. You'll see a G and a C on the bottom of my screen out here. But if you take a look at the resistance area, it is Stevie's red line. Now, this bar, this 5-hour time frame bar, completes at 2 p.m. So it would be ideal to see it close above 84.17 right now. Maybe it's 84.18, 84.19, somewhere right in that general vicinity at 2 p.m. It would just be helpful. And then you'd want to see price continue to move up. Now, move up to where? You could see a rally that would get you up to 87.60. I know you're saying, how could that possibly be? You're at about 8,400 right now, another 300 points out there. It's possible. It's very possible. That would be if the 5-hour time frame chart can clear this resistance level. And I'm not saying it is going to be able to. I'm providing you with the reasons to be watching these levels here so that you can then answer what the market's next intention is. Its next resistance level would be the bottom of that profile level out here, and that's why we come up with 87.60. Now, I'm not saying that it gets to 87.60 by 4:15 today, but it is certainly a possibility if price can close above this 84.20-ish area. It's 84.17, 18 on my screen right now. But let's go to the shorter term time frame chart as well. Give me a moment here just to size this down. We'll pull that over. And here is the 30-minute time frame chart for the NQ, and you're going to see its resistance levels. And right now, what it has been doing during the last 2 hours, what it's been doing during the last 2 hours out here is trying to close above 84.29.25. So we'll use that as a number for the NQ, because that certainly would be, and if it can close above that in 38 minutes from now, that would be 2 p.m., well, then what this would generate for us, this would say that price could move up to about 87.20.75. That would be its next level out there. Tucker says, charts are great. How often does the move end in a less than 9 count? Just curious. I don't know the answer to that, Tucker. I mean, we did quiz. There's other patterns that could be in play. There could be Rhodes. And only on here, on this chart here, I've got all of my tools basically are turned off except for resistance. Because right now, what I want everybody to focus on is resistance. Why resistance? Folks, if we're playing in a football game, you want to know where the defense is. I'm showing you exactly where the defense is. Here, let's take a look at the Dow chart. Just like the ES Mini yesterday was a great example of understanding that resistance level, not getting too caught up into the numbers out here. Here is the Dow. The Dow was a 775-point move from low to high yesterday afternoon in its rally. And 26,790 was that resistance area. Now, price never even got up there. It was close. It was really close. But how I use these charts, now, yesterday I wasn't in front of my screens out here, but how I use these charts, how I'm looking at them, I'm just pulling them over from one of my different screens because I'm watching all 4 of the equity futures contracts at the same time for different time frames out here, depending on what type of intraday trading that I'm doing during the day out here. And knowing where those sellers are in this market right now is really critical, because should the bulls be able to break the back of sellers, and so far they haven't cleared. In the case of the Dow, by the way, the level to be watching would be 25,699. Now, we saw that the NQ would be the first one over the hurdle if it can get over that hurdle out there. So far it hasn't. And in the case of the Russell 2000, let's pull over its 30-minute time frame. The number to be watching here is going to be 1496.10. So I think it would be fair to say, if you've written down these numbers out here, the 30-minute numbers that we're looking at, and you were to see each of the markets close above those resistance levels, that would be communicating something to you. And if it doesn't, then it just spells danger going into the weekend out here. The NQ, let me just put over. I think I already did that. We already did that. We took a look at its 5-hour time frame chart. No reason for me to spend time doing that on the Dow and the Russell 2000. I think you kind of have the picture out there, so to speak. Okay, so now let's do this. Let's do the following. What should be the following? Let's take a look at just some trend charts out here. This is something slightly different than what we normally do. But as I'm trying to understand what's going on inside the markets to be able to provide you with good information, let's take a look at the Dow. Here is a chart from a weekly time frame. Now, what I'm doing is I'm going back to the 2009 level, and I'm going to call these blue diagonal lines that you see out here. These are nothing more than, so instead of channel lines, so remember, when we take a look at channel lines, we like to use either the open or close of the body of the candles out here. Right now, I'm just using a simple thing, which would be trend lines, because each of you can do this at home too. And I'm just simply starting from the lows back in 2009. This is on a weekly level. And then really the next lows that I'm picking up for my price channel are going to be lows from back in the January timeframe of 2016 out here. Now, that line on my system, I draw that line, and then the next line that I draw is the one across the highs out here. And you'll see that this is grabbing the highs from back in 2014. And that sets up my trend line. Then I'm able to take, just like I do horizontal trading ranges, those are the green horizontal lines on my screen out here. And I do the same, and in the green horizontal lines, I'm figuring out the distance traveled where we have the largest number of co-located opens or closes. Co-located just means it doesn't matter whether it's an open or it's a close out there. And that helps me. And the largest number, by the way, of opens and closes on a weekly basis is at about 10,542.58 to be exact out there. And that's our largest on a weekly basis level of opens and closes out here. But here's the point. Take a look at where prices pulled back inside of the Dow to what should be two support levels. The top of that trend line, all I did was multiply times 2 to get the secondary, the dashed one, as well as its horizontal trading range of 24,570. Any breach of that does what? Sends price down to 22,566 as its next target area. But thus far, support is held. We'll be right back. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go to one of our emailers out here from James. James writes in. He says, "Hey Steve, would like to know what your analysis of TDOC is for the short-term time frame trade or swing trade over a week or longer." That doesn't sound like short term to me, James, but let's go take a look at Teladoc Health Inc. So as we take a look at this, here's what we know. Price is trading above all resistance levels from a TAS market profile standpoint for daily, weekly, and monthly. So support out here, James, would be 113.90, the top of its daily. Below that, we're looking at 84.29 and 83.93 as the top of the weekly and the monthly profiles. Perhaps some new profiles will form, though, and provide you with some additional support levels. So that's what I see right now. Prices trading above resistance. But let's go see how this high was made out here a couple days ago. Now, this is Teladoc. Well, this is the 5-hour time frame chart. Let's get back to the daily time frame out here. And so what do we know about it? Actually, so I don't have a topping pattern or topping signal at all, but this does suggest if price pulls back, one additional pullback area other than that top of that profile and that 113.90 level would be Stevie's green line, and that's at 123. It's going to move up and down, so use 123 somewhat liberally out here, maybe by a buck or so, but that would be your next area of support, and that is on the daily time frame. If we take a look at the weekly time frame, let me populate this on the weekly time frame. This has generated both a TD9 count high. This is going to be bar number 9. Remember, the top on a TD9 count can occur on bars 9 or the bar following 9, so it could be next week. You're also in wave number 7. That's letter G. I've got 2 of them on my screen out here from the different ways that I'm using the Chapman wave count on my automated system to get to that level. So now you've got 2 7th wave moves out here. That also is a topping signal. But in order for TDOC to really say that, so what does that mean with these topping signals? If sellers really begin to take charge here, the responsibility is to try to bust out support. Well, support on a weekly basis, which is well above those profile levels, is 105.36 out there. So you've got some topping signals there. Let's go take a look at the monthly time frame chart. The monthly time frame chart shows the potential of a Rhodes momentum indicator, wave number 7, that's letter G out here, and also in bar number 9. So James, now the monthly and the weekly are larger term time frames, but we need to understand those larger term time frames out here, and they just say just be careful. Maybe what they're signaling to you is that on the daily basis we're going to see price pull back and begin testing support levels. So I'd be watching that 123-ish area, and then below that 113.90. So James, I hope that helps you out with regard to ticker symbol TDOC. Thanks for taking the time to write in. Satish wants to take a look at Google. So Satish, let's do the same 2 things. Let's go see where Google is trading in relationship to its support or resistance of its market profiles. We're well below the daily, now below the weekly. And actually, so here's an interesting chart for Google. When we took a look at this before, I don't know if it was you and I, Satish, or whoever it was, we saw that Google was trading in a consolidation. Those are the green rectangles. It's really the bottom green rectangle. And once price breaks above the consolidation, it provides you with a measured move. Well, that measured move, it didn't completely get up there. Usually it's equal to or greater, but where price is pulling back to is now the top of that consolidation. So you can see it live. This is not anything Stevie's doctored up. So yes, price is trading below its daily, and then I believe it's weekly profiles out here, but it's also just retesting that consolidation level. Now, we don't have a new consolidation that is formed. Maybe we will if this level holds. This level, by the way, is around the 1275-ish area out here. So I'd be watching that. That's what the, that was the weekly time frame chart that we took a look at. Price on Google is above the monthly profile out here. But what we need to see, because of that bearish key reversal bar out there, bearish engulfing on a weekly basis, we need to go figure out what that's communicating to you and I. Was there some type of topping signal longer term on Google? Now, here's the daily time frame. We can see the Rhodes momentum indicator top out here. As far as trading into support, if price today can close above 1304.87, that will hold a breakout level. That's the daily time frame. The weekly time frame, let me populate this out here. You've got a TD9 count top on the weekly time frame. Price is trading below 1329. That was a key level of support. So I would say if that, and now when I take a look at this weekly chart, we can see that there was a TD9 count breakdown level 1289.27 that held. That's the level that I would be using for that consolidation pattern that we were taking a look at. If price closes below that, then this next move would be 1211.76 out there. So I know you're looking for an entry point. Because I can see that price on a weekly basis below 1329, I'd be patient out here with regard to Google. Now that monthly time frame, we can also see that price was moving higher, doing less relative energy. Also wave number 7, that is letter G on the screen out here. So now this has got, if price today closed below 1321, now that's my oscillator and change line. And that level, again, is going to, or value is going to change slightly. So use 1323. If price closes above 1323, then support will have held. If not, then what Google is suggesting is that it wants to pull back further over time out there. So Satish, I hope that helps you out with regard to Google and what we're looking at there. I'm just looking at my other screen, and I can see those short-term resistance levels here. Here, if you take a look at the NQ, and really it's a beautiful thing in the way that these work out here. Again, just take a look at what the NQ did as we were coming on the air, where price was headed to. And what's nice about this is now when you use these levels out here, you're using something that's totally objective. Totally objective. No swing point or anything along those lines. Totally objective, and you can understand where, in this case here, where the sellers are. We could put up the support levels, but right now, I'm not as interested in that as understanding whether or not price. Well, I'm interested in support levels on larger time frames, but right now in this 30-minute time frame, the question is, can price break through resistance areas? Peter, with regard to profiles out there, sure, let me go ahead and get those. We'll populate those for you. Here you go. Here they are. Oh, no, here you go. Nope, here you go now. Here's the ES Mini. So if you're taking a look at profiles and you're trying to figure out, hey, what are the markets doing with regard to support and resistance there? Peter, we know that price is below the daily. No new daily profile. I'm using my synthetic version of the contract. I'm using my advanced Doppler tools out here to identify these profiles. So these profiles are going to look different than maybe on other people's systems out here that don't have access to be able to create this synthetic chart, to be able to etch instead, to be able to stitch together all of the futures contracts. This tool here that I'm looking at is different than using the continuous contract. Now, price in the ES Mini well below the bottom of its weekly box out here. But monthly is interesting, Peter. We've just entered February, and this just popped up today. I believe it was today, maybe it was yesterday, but a new monthly profile. Let me put this out here for you. And let me just expand it is what I meant. And so if you just meant that, Steve, well, why don't you just say that to begin with? Good question. Here, let me turn off price so that you can see the profile. See that profile out there, Peter? So the bottom is 28.42. The top is 32.12, and the center 30.27. Right now, price is holding. So 28.42, really important for the ES Mini to hold as we close out the month. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the Tax Opportunity Zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So one of our listeners wants to take a look at, this is HD. He'd like to take a look at Vista Gold Corp out here. So you can see a big move down, 88 cents was trading at back just a couple of days ago, got down to a low 46. So if you're looking for support, HD, look at the weekly profile, the center panel on my screen out here. And so far, prices held. Now, that's a bullish structured profile, 58 cents. You're concerned about the close, not necessarily the wick of the candle out here. It's trading at 59. So if price can close above 58 cents at the end of this week, that is today, then at least a bullish structured profile will have held. Now, you've got price down below the daily and price potentially down below the monthly. So really a mixed message. So on that weekly chart, what we really want to see is a close above 63 cents. That would keep the monthly profile price above that out there. So that's what I see when I take a look at Vista Gold. If I pull up my other charts out here, see if there's anything else that we see, not likely, but let's just go take a look, see if there's any other levels of support or anything that we can identify out here. I don't have anything on the daily. On the weekly, let me get this populated. Well, so price pulled back to 47 cents. There were two breakout levels out here on a weekly time frame. HD, one was 53 cents. And really, both of them have held 53 and 47. Now, if price were to close below 47 cents, that says it wants to move to lower territory out here. And on the monthly time frame for Vista Gold, VGZ, I really don't have anything that's going to be of help to us. So what I would be doing is watching the bottom, certainly, of that weekly profile, and I hope that helps you out. Another question coming in from Ian in Nashville, and Ian wants to take a look at ticker symbol CIM. I believe that is it. So let's do the same thing for Ian Miller. Who does that character come from? What movie is that Ian Miller in? Somebody's going to know that. It is not IAN or CIM. CIM. I put in IAN. See, I can't really do two things at once that well. I do my best, though. So this is a Chimera Investment Corp. So prices below the bottom of its daily profile, prices below the bottom of its weekly profile, and if it's found support, it's going to be at the top of its monthly profile. And that level out there is 1942. So you're going to want to be watching 1942. Now, I don't know if you're in this trade, but watching if price closes below 1942 on a monthly basis, so that's as of today, then that would suggest that price could move back to 1866 or 1815. Doesn't mean that it can't do that otherwise, but you're looking to see is there any level of support that is held. In the case of CIM, that's going to be the top of that weekly profile. Now let's go look at its other time frames out here and see what we see. So you don't like this necessarily. Let me back this up a bit here on the monthly time frame, because in the monthly time frame, right at a resistance level, it's this green line that's across my screen. Same type of green line that we were looking at on the 30-minute time frame charts at the NQ, the YM, the ES and the NQ have to close above in order for there to be some type of, in order to at least break out resistance. Well, in the case on a monthly basis, for this, it ran right in resistance there. Now you got a Rhodes momentum indicator pattern here. And this is really suggesting that it wants to move to lower price. Now, still lower price is really going to be the top of that monthly profile, 1942. So it's done that and it's held, but I would still be careful out here. Let's go take a look at the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, what patterns do we have out here? Not much. I don't have any one of my signals. This is suggesting, because price is below 2014, its breakout area, that we'd be looking at 1922 as its next stop. That was on the weekly chart. We go take a look at the daily. The daily's got that confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator top out there. Did it with that bear sash candle. And now, as far as support is concerned, 1940 is a breakout level that it's held, and below that is going to be 1901. So Ian Miller from that movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, one of Stevie's favorites out there. That's where that character comes from. Hey, I watched, so one, I have a list of favorite movies, as many of you know. Of course, one of those, My Cousin Vinny. How can that not be most people's favorite movie out there? But also, one of my favorite wartime movies, so to speak, is Midway. So last night I watched Late last night, I watched the new version of Midway, which I like because I think it's more factually correct than the one that was made, many, many years ago. That's got Henry Fonda in it. It's got Charlton Heston. It's got just a great cast of characters out there. But why did I even bring that up? I don't know, somehow because we were talking about movies. That must have been the reason that I did. Okay, so no other questions that have come in. I probably had a train of thought, but that train just simply got derailed out here. All right, so let's go surf around the market, see what else it is that we can figure out right now. You got the Dow off 888, S&P down 86. Not looking very pretty out here. Let's go take a look at... I don't know, what do I take a look at for you guys? Take a look at how oversold this market is. It's not the most oversold that we've seen in a number of years. That most oversold using that advanced decline oscillator takes us back to 2010, when that closing reading was minus 432.25 out there. Right now we're at minus 418. Earlier in the day, we were down below even that minus 432 level. But just because it's oversold doesn't mean that it can't get more oversold out there. That spot volatility index, at some point in time, this is going to come back in order. But you want to just look at how nuts this is. What do you mean, Steve-O? Spot volatility index trading at 48.70, highest futures contract for the VIX index still is October. And that's priced at 23.25. It's over a 2-to-1 ratio difference out there. Over 100%. It's amazing out there. So look, the dislocate, it's extreme backwardation out here, but we can't use extreme backwardation to really time these markets out there. But you've got two, and if you took a look at the RSI readings on the daily charts, some of these are down around 10 and 11 and 12 and 13 out here. So at some point in time, I just can't tell you when it's going to be. There's going to be one heck of a huge rally out here. And many of you already know that. So you're already saying to yourself there's going to be a rally. The question becomes, well, how do we know when that rally is on? And that's where we really started with today's charts. We started with those short-term time frame charts, understanding those key resistance levels, because those are important. Understanding maybe a little bit larger picture where the oscillator and change line is. A 5-hour time frame chart for the ES, for the NQ has been hit several times. So that's very helpful to us to understand likely areas of resistance that price needs to move above. That is the AD on the New York Stock Exchange, Steve. Yeah, that advanced decline oscillator that we were looking at right here. This is for the New York Stock Exchange right here. I'll pull up this chart here. That's the advanced decline oscillator for it. In this case here, really Peter, what I'm just doing is looking at other extreme lows and trying to understand what the market behavior was out there to anticipate, should we see a bottom, what does that mean? Here, I'll give this away to you. When price is down this low and the other times, what it's really led to is a multi-month consolidation pattern before anything took off. So that, folks, is probably what we're looking at. Now, where's the top of the consolidation? That's the question. We'll be right back.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metal sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Kind of fighting, I guess, the beginning of a cold, so which is really a bummer out there. That won't be a fun weekend. Hey, Maria, I saw that you posted or you punched in U.S. dollar, Japanese yen. I know that may not have been for me, but what I wanted to be able to show you is where the breakout support is, which basically was hit or was very close to being hit. And that's at that 107.65. That's that red horizontal line. Again, that was established by that TD 9-count pattern we can see from back here, back in the let me get my cursor out here. That pattern began forming on January 8th. It makes a nice TD9 count top. That's where it tops out, and it pulls back to where a TD9 count bottom. Now, this most recent high that we have out there, that was just simply an A to B equals CD pattern that had completed with that dark cloud cover, but price pulling back into where it should find support. Doesn't mean it will, but that 107.65 is certainly a support level. We've seen gold take another leg lower out here. Again, just as a reminder, all that it's done so far, and here you can see also that TD9 count topping pattern is pulled back and it tested support pretty much right to the tick out there at that 1564.40. So watch that 1564.40 level out there. As far as downside action and what people should be watching out here, right? We took a look at resistance, but where are other support levels out here? Let's see what. Let me do this. Let me pull open this. Let's take a look at. Of course, it depends on the time frame. It's the end of the week out here, so I'll pull over the weekly time frame chart here, and we can see what the ES Mini is doing. It's trading below that breakout support of 29.82. So if it's below that, where's the next level? Well, really, the next level out here is either 27.61 or I would say more likely 25.67. That doesn't mean that it's going to go there immediately, although based upon the way that the market is traded this week, that is most certainly a possibility, especially with short-term resistance not being able to be taken out. So watch those resistance levels. Watch those throughout the day coming into the close. Maybe we've seen the last of it as we came on the air. That I don't know. But stay tuned for 2 more great hours, folks. And thanks so much for being here. Have a terrific weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Magical Monday. Take care, folks.
Since 1984, Basil